Alright guys, welcome back to another operaomnia video where we are about to take a look into one of the most hyped up characters for the month of June, which is going to be none other than Bartz himself. He is going to be getting a rework, an LD weapon, and a BT weapon. We're going to go over what his kit does, why people have been saving up for a good while for Bartz's kit, and what it is that he is going to be offering for team comps for the upcoming content and for future content, and why he is still used today in the JP side of operaomnia. So we're going to go over all of that in this video. Real quick, I do want to thank everybody for the feedback that y'all gave me in the Kadash in-depth video. I appreciate you guys for all of that. It seems like most people want me to continue doing the new in-depth style of in-depth videos, so I will continue to doing that. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for letting me know that you guys want me to do that new style. So with that, if you guys do enjoy the video, consider liking it and subscribing for future operaomnia content. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's talk about Bartz's upcoming rework, LD weapon, and BT weapon. So let's start off with Bartz rework. So whenever you use double hand or double hand plus, he recovers brave based on 70% of his own attack. Then he got an increase to brave hits, now doing 5 brave hits, and then he also does splash damage to other targets. And he also got an increase on his double hand usage. Now he has a usage of 9. His skill 2 also got an increase in usage. His missile attack now got an increase up to 9. And then it turned into a 2-hit melee brave plus HP attack. He recovers brave in between those attacks and then follows up with a 2-hit melee brave plus HP attack, and also does splash damage at the same time. Whenever you use his skill 1 or skill 2, he grants himself a buff called the Heart of Passion, which gives him a 60% max brave up, a 20% speed buff. He also enchants himself with wind, and all enemies receive a wind resist down. Now let's talk about Bartz's LD weapon, which is one of the key items to his kit because of the strong auras that he provides to the party and to himself. But before we get into that, let's talk about what his LD ability does. So his LD ability, he sets all enemies brave to 0 unless they are already broken, and then he recovers brave to the party based off of 30% of his max brave. Then he follows up with a 6-hit AoE wind brave plus HP attack dealt twice with 200% stolen brave overflow. Then it deals split HP damage. It grants the good luck charm for 12 turns. Now the good luck charm is the aura that I'm talking about. Now I'm gonna post a screenshot on the screen because there is a lot to this, and I don't want to confuse anybody with any of the text that I am about to read. So for the party gets a 30% attack up, a 20% stolen max brave overflow up, a 20% recovered max brave overflow up, and a 20% brave damage up. For himself, he gets a 20% HP damage up, a 40% weakness damage up. He extends his base duration of his own buffs granted by 2 turns, and he increases the splash HP damage dealt to non-targets by 30%, and that excludes splits and or full HP damage through AoE attacks. And after his own turn ends, he recovers brave by 30% of the total HP damage dealt. And whenever you have his LD weapon fully realized, he adds an extra 5% attack to the party. Another important thing to note is that after you use this LD ability, his HP attack turns into HP attack plus, which is kind of like a mini LD attack because it sets the target's brave to 0 after you use his HP attack plus. He recovers brave to the party based on 70% of his own attack, and it's a 3-hit wind melee brave plus HP attack, and then he recovers brave to the party once again based on 20% of the HP damage that he just dealt, and then the HP attack plus plus reverts back to the HP attack. Finally, we're going to get into his BT weapon. Now, I'm not going to get into his attacks or what it does. My main focus is going to be on his BT effect, because the percentages on what he gives off with his BT effects do stack with the auras on what he gives to the party from his LD ability, because there are some similar things in his LD auras that he has in his BT effect. So with his BT effect, there is a stacking mechanic in it, but it's a very simple one to increase, and there is no way to decrease it, like similar to Garland's, where like if the enemy acts, it goes back down to 1. With Bartz, that's not the case. If the enemy acts, there's no like there's nothing happens to it. It still stays the same. So with Bartz, all you have to do to increase the stacks, which with his BT effect, there's only a max stacks of 3, is you have to basically just make Bartz act. That's it. So as long as Bartz gets a turn, it will increase by 1. So at 1 stacks, the party will get a 30% max brave up and a 30% attack up. At 2 stacks, the party will get a 30% brave damage up and a 20% max brave cap up. At 3 stacks, the party will get a HP damage up and a brave recovery based off 50% of the total HP damage after they do an HP attack once per turn, and you cannot stack the burst effect if by chance that idea has crossed your mind. So think about it. I guess we're gonna go ahead and just jump into the whole part of the video as to whether or not you should pull for his LD weapon and his BT weapon. So think about that. Now that we're in this. So you have his LD auras, right, which increases the attack up, the overflow, the recovered from the overflow, and the brave damage up, right, that he's providing to the party. And then you have the attack up that you're receiving from the BT effect. So that right there is a total of 60% increase just from Bartz himself between his BT effect and his LD auras. Oh, and by the way, his BT effect lasts for 8 turns. So you can easily take advantage of Bartz's BT effect by either bringing a friend. A friend Bartz would actually help you out a whole lot as well, because what you could do is, if you were to pull for his kit, right, if you switch out your own Bartz with a friend Bartz that has an LD and a BT, you can take advantage of that friend Bartz. You can LD first, and then you can BT effect afterwards, and then bam, you have yourself. Actually, no, I think the best bet, no, yeah. So the better way to do it actually is to BT first and then LD afterwards, because that way you are increasing the stacks while you are also getting that LD aura in afterwards. So that way, by the time you get to Bartz's turn, the stack will start increasing. So yeah, so definitely it would be better to do the BT, BT and then LD afterwards if you bring a Bartz friend. So yeah, so you can take advantage of that in a fight and bring in a Bartz friend. You can BT, you can LD, and you can take advantage of those strong auras that you are getting from Bartz in general, because there is so much that you are getting from him. And not only that, but you also have brave damage up from both his LD aura and his BT effect as well. In total, you are getting a 50% brave damage up. So not only that, you're gonna be doing that extra strong brave damage against the brave reduction that you're gonna be having to deal with as well. Not only that, but you will also have the HP damage up, and then on top of that, with his BT effect, you are able to recover 50% of the brave based off of the total HP damage that you dealt. So imagine a number. Let's say if you did 110,000 HP damage, that is 55,000 brave that you can easily recover because of Bartz's BT effect. There is so much in Bartz's kit that you could take advantage advantage of. And not only that, like if you take all of that out, if you take out all of the auras and everything like that he provides, and you just focus on what Bartz does in general, Bartz is such a strong character now with just his LD ability. He has that weakness damage up, because the thing is though, like Bartz now does wind damage, right? And he also inflicts the enemy down, he inflicts the enemy with wind resist down. So he's always going to be doing weakness damage. So he also has that weakness damage up, that 40% weakness damage up from his LD ability. So he's always going to be doing strong damage. Consistent strong damage is what he's going to be doing. And he's also good in shaving. He has gravity in his kit, which will be helpful for future Lufenia fight, which is why he is still viable to this day in JP, because with the amount of shaving that we have to do to this day in JP with Lufenia Plus fights, he is always there to help out for those tight situations. And not only that, not only is he there for just that, but his auras are just so good even up to this day in JP. It's overall in general, he like fits in so many spots that like it's crazy. Like I'd have to call you crazy for not pulling for at least his LD weapon, because when he came to JP, I only had enough resources at the time to only pull for his LD weapon. And at the time, look, and don't get me wrong, look, I'll be 100% honest with you guys, I actually was considering skipping him, because at the time, you know, I didn't fully know what he did with his kit. I was fairly confused. I did not know exactly what he did. I really didn't think that he did all that until I finally realized after the Heretics event that is going to be released with Bartz, that Bartz was really, really convenient, not only because of what he did, but also his auras. His auras really, really helped out a crap ton. And if you were to combine that, with other units, even like a support character, because I don't consider Bartz to be a support character. I don't want people to get to get that confusion that he is a support character, because he is definitely not a support character. He is a mixture between like a strong utility character and at the same time a very versatile like DPS type of character as well, because he's definitely there for that shaving capabilities. But I definitely don't consider him to be a support character. So if you were to combine Bartz with another support character, if you were to combine him with a support character and a DPS character, you have yourself a solid team comp. So whether you should pull or not, or if you are tight on resources, the minimum, or at least the least you can do, is to try to get his LD weapon. Even if you do miss out on his BT weapon now, and if you do manage to get the tokens later on, and if you are considering getting his BT weapon later, he is not a bad choice to pick up, because of all of the effects that you get from his BT weapon. Not a bad choice at all, and he is 1000% future viable, because when he gets his BT plus weapon, he gets additional effects on his BT effect as well. He gets party wind enchant, and he also gives party brave gains as well. So those are other things to consider as well if you are looking towards the future for like future viability. So but other than that, I mean, like, there's really not much for me to say. I mean, I can't really think about anything negative about Bartz. I mean, there's just so many positives about Bartz, because like, I mean, he has strong auras, he has a strong BT effect, he has strong shaving capabilities, he's, you know, I mean, he provides, he has brave battery. I mean, there's so much to his kit. They did so much to him that like he's the jack of all trades. He has so much to him that I mean, if you guys can come up with something bad about him, let me know in the comment section below. But I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about him. And like, he is that good of a character. He really is, and that's why a lot of people are going to be pulling for his kit because of how versatile he is as a character. But you guys let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about him. You know, what are your pull plans going to be? Are you guys going to be pulling for him? What are you going to be doing? Are you going to hold off on him? Are you going to wait for his BT plus? What are you guys going to do? I for sure am going to be pulling for him. I'm probably going to be doing gem pulls, but I need to use my BT tokens because I do have some mod tokens in my gift box that's going to be expiring soon, and I don't want to lose those, so I am probably going to be using those. So but yeah, let me know what you guys are going to do. Let me know what you guys think about Bartz. But other than that though, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video.